Hi everybody, I'm Lynette Brown, co-author of You Don't Look Psychic, and welcome to Mystical Monday. I'm so happy to have you here and to connect with you. I received the guidance this week to have a conversation in and around the Hermetic principles, and firstly the Hermetic principle of mentalism. And that Hermetic principle says the all is mind. The universe is completely mental. That's what the Kybalion says. And understanding that the universe is a mental construct, right? It's a mental creation. And everything begins in the invisible, the mental realm. The power behind this is that it speaks to perspective and how we can adjust. I'm sure, you've heard Abraham talking about you create, your universe, through your thoughts. Thoughts become things, right? Well, this is where this came in way back in the Kybalion, where the initiates wrote, they actually spent 4 chapters of the book to address just mentalism, because without mentalism we cannot harness the capacity of consciousness and the universal laws. Now, mentalism, to understand our ability to harness that energy, it's very, to use and create through our thoughts and imagination, right? The big thing here is our perspectives. You can make something a tragedy or an opportunity. And yes, it may be both. It may be a tragedy and it is an opportunity, right? And how we perceive it, how we create it from the mind, the all that is what we experience. It's not just the universal law of attraction, right? If we don't have the Hermetic principle of mentalism, there's no space for a shift of perspective, right? The Kybalion says that without understanding this principle, mentalism, that mastery is impossible. They say that no matter how many doors you knock on, entrance to the sanctuary will not be had. And however you want to put that context, right? Completely, up to you in your mind, how you connect with the mind. But it's like this has been around forever, right? This is ancient teachings that came through, Hermes it is known, right? And now science is catching up with us, right? And so when you're going through the shifts, all the shifts that are happening in our world right now, all the shifts that are always, change is inevitable, right? Friendships come and go, jobs come and go, lovers, partners come and go. What's always present is you and what you're creating and how you're creating that from your aspect of your mind. Knowing and understanding that you can shift anything, but understanding first that it all comes from the mind. It's a powerful principle. It's a powerful awareness, that we create. We have the ability to create a miracle and shift the consciousness of one thing being from one perspective to the other, right? And that allows us to create more open space. Something can either be a tragedy or an opportunity, or both, right? Both and. So as you move through your week this week, maybe notice where you are in the world of the mental world. Like, where are you in tapping into the universal mind? What perspectives what meanings are you placing on things? Somebody doesn't text you right back, or they don't want to travel with you, or they don't want to visit, or whatever it may be, right? the meaning you assess to it is what you'll be broadcasting and putting out, right? That's what you're going to amplify, because you're saying, okay, I'm going to spend time here in this space. This is where I'm going to be. So choose wisely. You know, I was really lucky and had some time with my grandkids this weekend, and my younger granddaughter she's a very, all the grandkids are sensitive, but she's a very, very sensitive soul. And we were talking about this actual process, you know, understanding that sadness can come in and we can be with the sadness, but it's how we direct that thought, how we direct our mind and what we're tapping into. You know, that sadness can mean that we're blessed that we had that, right? And what do we have now from that, or in addition to, with that, right? So there's very practical ways to implement our universal laws and Hermetic principles. And I encourage you to connect with them and to experience them yourself, right? Because there's a lot of information, a lot of different directions about Hermetic principles and universal laws. And this one is essential to, you know, get you headed in the direction you want to be. So have fun this week noticing your perspectives and where you're tapping into your mentalism, right? Where you're directing your mind. And I bet you'll have a great week because of it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your attention and awareness. And I know you have a busy life and busy things pulling and calling at you. And so you taking this time to be here with us, I truly appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Mwah! Take care.